So we're not.
Damn, both earpieces are working.
It's awesome. I love it when shit works. Hey guys, I am DC, your host of Barside Jive Live, and today is February 28th. I'm so glad you guys chose to hang out here for my Thursday night show at the beautiful Vokal Media Studios in downtown Freakin, Dallas. This show happens at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's 19:30 for you first responders and your military guys. And every freaking Thursday, this show is always sponsored by one of my favorite beverages ever, and Bob likes them too, right, Bob?
Yeah.
I always count on Bob. The show is sponsored by Outlaw Cider Company, guys, located in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. Those guys are veteran-owned. They have a pet-friendly facility. They have a covered patio, and they've got free freaking popcorn. Oh, I left out the fact they ship nationwide, which is a big plus for all you guys that don't live in the DFW area. In addition to Outlaw Cider Company, Barside Jive is also sponsored by the Zoo. That's right. I'm talking about the Zoo from the 70s and 80s, guys, right here in Dallas, Texas. Texas' best rock, home of rock and roll. But today it's the world's best rock because you can stream them all over the world.
The world.
The world. I'm talking Asia to Europe, man, and everywhere in between.
Afghanistan.
Even Afghanis can tune them in if they've got Wi-Fi. If you guys are a musician, you'd like to be featured on this show, it's real easy. Or maybe you want to advertise. You want to advertise your band. You want to talk about a gig coming up. Or you want to, if you're like a huge ass sponsor and you want to sponsor this show, all you got to do is drop me a line, dc@barsidejive.com. That's the key right there, dc@barsidejive.com. We have a full show, Bob, so let's get started.
Let's do it.
Nothing like a good outlaw cider to start the show right. Okay, guys, I want to tell you, on this day in rock and roll history, when are Led Zeppelin not Led Zeppelin? Well, when a descendant of the inventor whose aircraft gave the band its name threatens to file a lawsuit if the group plays a concert in her home country, that's when Led Zeppelin's not Led Zeppelin. It all went down on February 28th, 1970, today, back in 1970, when the band's scheduled Copenhagen show hit a snag courtesy of Eva von Zeppelin, who first clashed with them the year before, when Led Zeppelin visited a Danish television show to tape a performance. Already unhappy that someone else was making money off her family name, Von Zeppelin criticized the group for sounding like shrieking monkeys. So things got even worse backstage when a pleasant conversation over some tea led to an uncomfortable gaffe. We invited her backstage to meet us to see how, we were nice young lads, right? That's what Jimmy Page said. We calmed her down, but on leaving the studio, she saw our LP cover of an airship, a Zeppelin, in flames, and she exploded. I had to run and hide. She just blew her top. Faced with a Copenhagen date on the calendar and the threat of a lawsuit from Ms. Von Zeppelin, the band improvised, "Then we shall call ourselves the Knobs when we go to Copenhagen," shrugged Page. "The whole thing is absurd," and thus did Led Zeppelin become the Knobs for one night.
That's Knobs.
That's right, N-O-B-S. As author Roy Carr later noted, this wouldn't be the only time the band had fun with its name. They later printed up red Zeppelin t-shirts, making light of an MC's pronunciation during a Japanese tour. and Bob, as far as drummer John Bonham was concerned, they could have kept the name The Knobs because it was cool, right? Personally speaking, Bonham cackled to Carr, we should have continued as The Knobs. Just think what our album covers could have looked like. Freaking awesome. So one day, Zeppelin was The Knobs. And Bob,
Yes.
that brings us to the time.
Is this the Breakin Freakin news time?
It's the fresh.
Oh, I forgot.
Fresh. Breakin Freakin.
Oh,
Fresh
there you
Breakin
go.
Freakin news. Yeah, buddy, it's time. So here we go. See what our crack news team's got. British man claims he has slept with over 600 women after passing himself off as the real Prince Harry of the British royal family. Jay, I am burning my ass off in here. It is freaking 110 degrees. Do you want me to tell you where the sweat's rolling? I'm dying in here. Are you hot? It is warm. I'm like,
it's even hot for me.
Oh my gosh. I am sweating. I'm sweating. So in an interview with the Dorset Herald this week, Henry Hampshire, 34, admitted using his stunning resemblance to the Duke of Sussex to sexually gratify himself and dupe credulous women into having sex with him. Surprisingly enough, Hampshire claims he has had even more success with the ladies since Prince Harry has announced his engagement to American actress Meghan Markle and that they are expecting their first child. It all started as a joke. My friends were telling these chinks at the pub that I was Prince Harry, and I ended having sex with the three of them that night, he told a local reporter. Henry Hampshire, 34, says his sex life radically changed after he learned that he could use his stunning resemblance to Prince Harry to prey on credulous women, mostly on tourists coming from Asian countries such as China, Korea, and Japan. Some of them are so randy for the prince. I guess that's something they say over in Europe, that they let me give it to them up the back passage, if you know what I mean. Wow. I should really pre-read these. My girlfriend would never let me do that, he told reporters. Sorry, Vokal. Hampshire estimated that he has slept with over 637 women while pretending to be Prince Harry, mostly with tourists originating from Asian countries such as China, Korea, and Japan. This is the longest-ass news story I've ever read. It's the easiest way to get laid in the world. I just showed them a picture of the Queen and tell them she's my mom, and they're ripe for the taking. I don't even have to spike their drink or anything, he added laughingly. Hampshire says he plans one day to stop pretending to be Prince Harry, but said at the moment he enjoys easy sex and that he finds staying with only one partner dull as dishwater. A spokesman for the royal British family would not officially comment on the situation at the moment, but did admit off record that the resemblance between Henry Hampshire and Prince Harry was quite unsettling and uncanny. Okay.
That was nice.
What a winner.
Man, it was a long-ass story, wasn't it? Okay, so guys, see, we are home to the news that you won't get anywhere else, nowhere else in the world. So that's the news. Now it's time for Stephanie Reed, our South Dallas foodie. Hey, Steph.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I've got a question for you.
Hit me.
Okay. Were you A, late, B, late, or C, late?
I was D, all of the above. But I had a really good reason.
You guys should have seen Stephanie. It was like really cool.
Do you like that?
It was like she was in a military movie. She was actually low crawling like some Marine crawling on the ground,
I'm
trying to get under the cameras.
AF. I'm not trying to mess up
You're
your shot.
You're very multi-talented.
Thank you.
You are.
I've been told.
You can even low crawl, and I was quite impressed.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for that later because, I am over 40. So.
Oh, I didn't even know. We would have never known that if you hadn't have said it.
Shut up.
No.
You were already one of my favorite people, but You're way up.
Well, you know, it just comes with the territory. So tell us, Stephanie, I know you were out and about doing like some serious research in the foodie arena.
Yes.
And we want to know all about it.
Okay, so that's actually why I was late. Do you remember the first time that we spoke, I told you that I have a vernacular for food that I eat. Like, remember I said, you know, if it's good, it's good.
Right.
If it's like it's really good, it's really good.
Right.
But if it's like really good, I'll go on and on and on. Okay.
Right.
I went to one of those places tonight.
Really?
Yes.
And?
Yes. It was it was honestly probably the best meal I've had in years.
Really?
Years. And it's at a place called J2 Steakhouse in Louisville.
I thought you were going to say like Taco Casa, because Taco Casa is like freaking amazing.
Let me tell you something. I mess with Taco Casa.
Do you?
Yes. Oh, my God.
I dig their
yes.
food. It's
okay,
totally,
so we'll just take a little tributary here really quick.
It's totally awesome.
Taco Casa is so good. And that little salsa that they have in the packet.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's fine.
I'll put that salsa on other people's tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I love me
amazing.
some Taco Casa.
Yeah.
But I sent you some pictures, and I also posted some stuff on Insta and stuff like that. You want to pull up my Instagram? Do you have time?
I don't know. You keep talking and we'll see.
Okay. So this is it's the coolest place. It's actually in an old mill, an old grain mill in Louisville. And it's when they invited me to come out, I looked at the website and I looked at the menu, and it seemed like, you know, a fairly upscale sort of bougie, you know, type menu. So I was
Bougie?
Yeah, you know.
Bougie?
Yeah.
What the hell's a bougie?
Well, you know, like, you know, there's Texas Roadhouse, you know,
Yeah.
places like that.
Is it bougie?
Nah.
No, it's not.
That's just, you know, your good old like casual place. But like a bougie place is, you know, it's usually next level food. It's usually next level pricing. Okay. And next level decor and.
So it's $4 signs.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Three plus.
Okay. Now
And,
I see.
And the people that are in there are $3+ people, as well as the wait staff. But this was actually a really cool place, really low key, very cool decor. They went into this mill.
What's your username?
It's at South Dallas Foodie. Am I actually having to tell you this right now?
Well, I wasn't sure that was your username.
Well, yeah. What else would it be?
Is that bougie?
No, that's just dumb.
So what's your password?
My password?
That's what it asked. You want to write it on a piece of paper and hand it to me?
Yeah.
Here. Oh, not on that one.
Let's send that around the world.
Here,
No,
let me
use that
do
one.
this. This will be much easier. I'm just going
No,
to hand
I'm
you my
good.
phone.
I'm almost
You
there.
got it? Okay, give me. Yeah, log
I
into
don't
yours.
even know my shit. I don't know my stuff. I have to look it up every time.
You are so funny.
I never log out.
Okay, well that's all right. Okay, well here.
It's hot in here.
Yes,
I'm like dying.
yeah.
Jay,
I actually
Jay, we got to do
came
something
kinda
about that.
prepared
Seriously.
this time.
I'm like, gonna put ice packs in my armpits. I'm like burning up.
But like here.
Like, I'm serious.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
And you can just kind of go through there. But
You put your password in?
I can, yeah. Let me do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. You guys stand by while we can show them a better picture if you put your password in. Just stand by, guys. Slight interruption here. You know, we like this show to go smooth, but
This is real live TV.
yeah, exactly.
Say not now.
Not now.
Yeah, you don't want my notifications.
No, I don't want your note. No. Okay, here we go, guys. This is at South Dallas Foodies.
Oh, thank you for throwing that
IG
ad
account.
out there.
And here we go. Here we go. There she is. Okay, so now we're in business.
So scroll down.
Scroll down. Which picture? This
Yeah, like both of those are not that one. There you go, that one.
that one right there.
Yes, and that's a
This one.
folder. There's
Here we go,
several
guys. Here-
several
so you
photos
can
on
see,
there.
There you go.
That was a steak tartare with creme fraiche, hatch chilies. What I loved about this place is that the menu was really, really impressive, which had me thinking that it was going to be kind of one thing. But then when I got there, it was actually super laid back, It's casual dress. You don't have to go in there, you know, looking like $1 million.
Yeah, bougie.
But exactly. But the food, the service was fantastic. Shout out to
Awesome.
Jonathan Simmon.
Jonathan.
Yes, he was our waiter, and he was fantastic. And he's also a DeSoto High School alumni.
Cool.
Which, you know, I am class of '96, and I bless his
Dallas.
little heart. Yeah, I told him. Well, you know, not technically South Dallas,
Well,
but South
kinda
Dallas
some
County.
area, kinda,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I told him, I was like, well, I graduated in '96, and he said I was born in '96.
Oh, that
and
makes you feel
and
good.
I crawled under the table. But yeah, the service was fantastic. But literally, the best meal I've eaten, and I can't even
Really?
I can't even think of the last time I had a meal that good.
Wow.
And they were bringing out courses like that. I mean, they treated me like royalty.
Really? Because did you tell them who you were?
Well, yeah, they knew who I was.
Oh, they
that's
knew.
that's why they asked me there. You know,
Okay.
that was the whole point. But yeah, click through there, and you'll see.
This one here?
You can click through. Both of those have several folders, so like you can flip through a wedge salad. And I dig a wedge salad.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That looks tasty.
I dig it so much, and I want to make sure that I give out all the proper info for this place, because if you're listening to me right now, if you're listening to us right now,
Oh.
you need. Oh, that's my new tattoo. What do you think?
Well,
you like it?
It's great. You love Skinnerd.
I do love Skinnerd.
You love Freebird.
I do love.
Are you one of
Freebird.
those that always yells Freebird at like
Every
somebody else's
time?
show?
I'll either yell Freebird or I'll yell Smoke on the Water. And that it's a tribute to my dad, and actually that tattoo is it's got several meanings, but it's a tribute to my dad.
So
He died when I was 18, and Skinnerd was one of his favorites, and that song just really reminds me of him.
Yeah.
And I'm going through, you know, a bit of a life change with the whole divorce thing, so you know, I'm kind of feeling like a free bird now. But yeah, and I got that at M Street Tattoo from a dude named Nacho. Shout out to Nacho.
Nacho.
And I believe he is at
Everything's food related here.
Yeah, dang it. I wish it's like at Mystic Create. I'll tag that in the post later. But
What's this?
that was fantastic. That's still that steak tartare with the hatch chilies and the creme fraiche. They brought out fried soft shell crab. They brought out I love my job. This is a tour of the kitchen. What's up, J2?
Wow.
And I've been on many kitchen tours, but this particular one was epic. They have a dry-aged beef selection in-house. That was the bomb. And you're going to see that here in a minute. But yeah, that was their little bakery. They bake all their bread in-house.
Awesome.
That's the butcher room.
Nice.
Sorry, not trying to trip you out. Look at that.
Man.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay.
Bet that
would be
knife was
so
sharp.
Freaking impressed.
Yes. And like, look at all that. It's like all perfectly well organized, and
Yeah.
you know, like, I mean, they've really got their shit together over at this place. That chef
Hello.
is fantastic. That was our little bus boy, and he was a delight. But check this out. Look at those tomahawks.
Wow. Nice.
Yes. Dry aged in house.
Those tomahawks are
That looks
incredible.
awesome.
Oh my God.
Racks of ribs. That is pink Himalayan salt.
Ooh.
Yes.
Love my job.
And apparently, like, that's used to like keep the food fresh in there, which, you know, I've been served food on Himalayan salt blocks, and sometimes they'll like grind it on your food, but I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, that was they treated me so well, and so I definitely wanted to come in here and like give a huge shout out to J2 Steakhouse. They were fantastic. Absolutely. And I mean, every single, usually when I go and if I'm fed, you know, 7-8 courses, there's going to be something in there that I was like, you know, I mean, it was all right. But every single thing there was fantastic. And I had this whole spiel planned out where I was going to come in here and just completely like crap all over Jonathan Cheban, because we talked about him last week. And we're going to get to him.
Yeah.
But
Such a nice guy.
oh God, did you read that article I sent
Yeah.
you where it said like he is literally the most hateful human
Yeah.
on the planet? Okay, that's why I want to talk about
anytime you
him.
call yourself a god,
Yeah.
something's
Like
wrong.
bring it down
Yeah.
a couple notches, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like literally his claim to fame is being Kim Kardashian's best friend. That's it.
We'll keep that one for next time.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
by the way, Jay.
Yes.
Hey, Jay.
Feels like it's cooler
Yes, sir.
in here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, did you turn the?
Yeah. Are you a little warm in there?
Yeah, Jay. We're a little warm, and also I wanted to tell you that I lied to you a while ago. We did have a video. I just didn't know it, but it played fine, so you're good.
Oh yeah, did that work out okay?
Yeah, you're
'Cause
doing
I could
cool
hear
stuff
it.
behind the curtain.
Yeah, no, it was all good.
Way to go, Jay.
If you can just fix that air, we'll be like really liking you.
It's
You're wearing
working,
that big
man.
old bulky sweater too.
Yeah, but I should be able to wear this little sweater in here and still be comfy.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to hang beef in here is what you want.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want it cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
what
to
I'm
feel
getting.
close to outside. That would be nice.
He's like a woman,
That's
Yeah.
nice.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, all my female friends are gonna kill me for that one, but yeah, every time it's so hot.
It is hot.
It is hot.
Okay, what else we got? Stephanie, you were superb. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
I can't wait
much.
till next week.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And hey, if you do go check out J2 Steakhouse
Right.
in Louisville, which I'm hoping that you will, go to
Okay.
my Instagram at South Dallas Foodie, and you can get the information and the address and all that. But tell them I sent you.
I will. Totally.
You know, let them know. They'll
Yeah.
treat you real good.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that's that lets them know that I'm actually doing my job too. So that's helpful. But
Yeah, absolutely.
go check it out. They don't have a whole lot to eat in Louisville as far as fine dining, so it's a destination spot for sure.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
Thanks for letting me kick my shout out.
Hey, we thank you for low crawling. It was fun watching you.
I'm just so glad you didn't get it on video. Or did you?
Next
Just wait.
Next
wait and see.
next week. Next
Hide
week.
and watch.
We've got another guest, and that guest is Stephen G. Knight of the Jeremy, Lynn, Woodall, and the Grinders. Jeremy, Lynn, Woodall, and the Grinders bassist, Stephen G. Knight. And these guys carry on the outlaw tradition with the release of Surrogate Son, a tribute to Billy Joe Shavers. 15 songs penned by one of the outlaw country's most celebrated innovators. It's a cider. It's a cider. I'm sorry, guys. It's a cider.
Do I need these on?
Yeah. And the band consists of Jeremy Lynn Woodall, who is vocals, guitars, piano writer, engineer, and producer. Stephen G. Knight, bass guitar, booking, PR, co-producer. And the drums are Hired Guns. Hey, if you haven't seen that Hired Guns show on Netflix, it's pretty cool.
Everybody mentions that to me when I
It's a good show. It's a good show. So let me tell you a little bit about Jeremy Lynn Woodall. He's a singer-songwriter from Central Texas. His career led him to play for country music legend Billy Joe Shaver for the last 15 years. His first 2 albums are available now on iTunes and on their website, with a third on the way. And we have with us tonight Stephen G. Knight. He's been a permanent fixture in the Texas music scene since the days of Z-Rock Radio, playing hard rock, then everything from folk to modern worship music, and finally outlaw country. Stephen is endorsed by who?
DR Strings.
DR Strings, and is a member of the Texas Country Music Association. Welcome, Stephen.
Thank you, man, for having me.
Oh, absolutely. It's great having you.
It's fun. It's good to finally see you in person because I've seen you online a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And I like I said, someone told me about you like a year ago. So
Yeah. Was it bad?
No,
they-
I'm thinking. I'm forgetting who told me. I forget because they knew I was booking the band, and they said, "Well, this might help a little bit, whatever." So
Yeah.
I forget who it was because I've talked to a million.
Yeah,
When you book, I mean,
Yeah.
I just finally took it into my own hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like because I got sick of wondering like when I was going to get booked for another show because I had just finished my rock and roll career for good.
Right.
Because rock is, everybody gets mad at Gene Simmons for saying rock is dead, and the people that get mad are the people who are the fans, which I still like rock. I still listen to rock. I still play rock.
Right.
Me and Jeremy do a lot of rock when we're playing we're kind of a southern rock, country
Right.
rock.
Right. Some of your stuff is rock.
It is a lot of it, but a lot of it is country. I mean, because
Right.
like I said, I even play with Billy Joe as well, and with him. And Billy's he's the inventor of outlaw. He's the one who wrote many of Waylon's hits, many of
Right.
Willie's hits.
Right.
Just he didn't become the superstar himself that they are, but he's well known on the people who know about the music and the genre know that Billy is the real deal. You know?
Right.
He's the one who wrote Honky Tonk Heroes, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? But you got some cider for me.
Yeah.
But Jeremy's been playing with him for like 15
Take
years.
care of my guests.
Thank you. I've never had this, and I could be allergic and die.
Sorry, Steph. Sorry.
But anyway,
Go ahead.
Anyway, I played rock to begin with, like I
Right.
said on my bio.
Right.
Right out of as soon as I graduated high school, I came to Dallas from Waco and wanted to find a band because there was nothing going on in Waco, of course, back then. And I ended up landing in Bellicose, right away, and we became Xerox Band of the Year in 1989. But I joined them in '86,
Mm-hmm.
and we did an album and blah blah blah. And then I played with the Roulette and Outkast. Outkast from, I don't know if you know Solinger, Johnny Solinger, who ended up singing for Skid Row. His guitarist Kurt Carlson and I formed a band called Outkast, and he looked at me and says, "I'm leaving Johnny." I said, "No, you're not," because they were great. I mean, they used to fill up every bar, in Dallas City Limits in the basement,
Right.
And they'd sell, they were huge. You know what I'm saying? They were huge and bigger than Bellicose was, as far as that goes. They would bring more people, sell more beer, and get more money.
Right.
And so I thought, no, you're not. You're not leaving Johnny, And he goes, "Oh, yes, I am." And he goes, "I'm getting a singer. I'm flying to Portland. I'm bringing my singer down. Get a drummer." And I said, "All right." So, because I knew if I had a band with Kirk, it'd be good. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
we ended up playing for about 3 years. 94. We had a hit on the Eagle 97 for a while. And then so everybody knew who we were. And we were bringing as many people as the Nationals. I mean, we had 700 people show up to Dallas City Limits to see us and everything. So it was fun. But, back then we were kids, And we didn't, back then there wasn't the internet. We didn't really know how to jump from that to suddenly get signed with a major label out of L.A. or Seattle. At the time, everyone out of Seattle was being signed.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Alice in Chains came up and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So none of us really knew. We were kids and we had no idea what to do. So we never did land a major deal or anything, even though we were popular and had a hit here.
Right.
But you know how it is. I mean, it's like winning the lottery if you get anything.
Absolutely. It is.
But why did I get into that? Oh, my rock thing, and then I ended up going as far as I could go at that point with it, and then I got into the, like you said, folk and I was working at a
Christian
church.
worship.
I was playing at a church. A guy hired me to play at a church,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, it's money on Sundays, and I'll play.
Yeah.
And that's when I got into other styles of music.
Right.
And country started slipping in there a little bit. It didn't a lot until 2010. And then I started playing a lot of country and then starting to appreciate it and learn just different styles of playing a bass and all that. But I didn't book a band or anything like that. I just still had no clue about the business itself. And out of nowhere, Dan Spitz from Anthrax calls me out of nowhere. And he says, "I have a band for you in New York." And that's how I ended up in Voices of Extreme out of New York.
Mm-hmm.
And he Donnie hired him to be the guitar player, the singer, and he owned the studio up in New York and blah blah blah. And that's how I ended up touring with Jeff Tate and Tesla and all that. And I get to know all those guys. But I found out doing that I was actually in the business, not just wondering about it anymore. I was actually hanging out with Def Leppard's manager and Zoltan on drums, and we're all just hanging, and Brian Weed is whipping out his phone. He presses his voicemail, and I'm listening to Jimmy Page talk to him on his voicemails. Crap like that.
Yeah.
And then he decides to impress me even more after I flip out on that, and he flips it.
Can you get him better?
Oh, then we're listening to Paul McCartney.
Oh, wow.
Talk to him.
Wow.
On his voicemail. I'm like, you're shitting me, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, this is what would have happened to me if we'd gotten signed back in '86.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's the only difference between them and us.
Right.
That's the only difference.
Timing.
Yeah.
Being in the right place.
They were in
right
California.
time.
We were not.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that. You know what we should do?
Take a break?
No.
What?
You have a sip of cider, and we're going to play one of your tunes.
Oh, which one? Is it one of the new Grinder songs? Or
I want to play
The bottle-
hottest thing in town.
Oh, that's the new one we're putting on the radio.
Okay, let's play it.
Go ahead.
Jeremy Lynn Woodall and the Grinders.
She's the queen of the red-hot mamas, the hottest thing around. When she shows up at a honky-tonk, she can righteously get down. You know she'll get on down to the ground. She's
That was freaking awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a
Who wrote that?
that's a Billy Joe Shaver. That's part of the Surrogate Son album.
Oh, is it? Okay.
We recorded 15 Billy Joe songs, and we did one. There's a live track as well where I'm playing bass and Jeremy is playing guitar and Billy Joe himself is singing, and so there is a live track.
Right.
And that's the 16th, kind of a bonus track. And that song right there, well, I guess we're going to make a video to it as well, since I did put that one on
That'd be fine.
Texas radio. It's going to go. It's starting now. It just came out today, and the process is each station has to pick it up from our radio promoter and blah blah blah. It takes a little while to pick it up,
Right.
And then you climb the charts by however many spins you get.
Right.
So if enough stations pick you up and spin the crap out of you, then you go up the charts. And the idea with that is people to find out who you are. So instead of me calling places or emailing, I have 3 booking agents helping me now, but it's not. And that's not a huge amount. I mean, I'm still doing 90%. But if you have a few hits on the radio and people know who you are, and when you call a venue and like, oh, sure, well, Jeremy, yeah, of course we know who he is. And when you get to that point where everyone knows anywhere I call, if I call in, where there's nothing but tumbleweeds in a small country bar, and they know who we are, that's when you can start asking for real money. And
Oh yeah. Right.
and that's when a bigger company like Red 11 or True Grit will pick you up, and then True Grit's who Cody Jinks is on, or Red 11. These are big booking companies that
Right.
book the big names. Like Billy used to be on one of those. I'm not sure who's using. Billy is a guy out of New York. He's not doing as much now. Is why we're doing more.
Gotcha.
Jeremy was real busy with Billy for a long time. That's why I did the other band in New York and blah blah blah. Because I started playing with Jeremy in 2013, but I had a million other bands here. Everyone knew me. I was playing in 5 different bands here all
Right.
the time, and literally even did a couple of tributes, even though I'm very against tributes because they're kind of killing real bands.
Mm-hmm.
The country hasn't been destroyed by it yet, where you can actually, we still go play 3 sets and get paid. And we do half covers, half originals, kind of like rock used to work in the 80s and 90s, where you could go play 3 sets and you get, and you're playing half your originals and half the covers, so the club owner's happy and everyone knows what the hell you're playing. Right. And country still does that. They haven't been ruined by, oh, here we are with wigs on and we're pretending to be such and such. Right. You know what I mean? To me, some of those bands are great and should be doing that. I don't know if you've ever seen Get the Let Out of Pennsylvania, but they'll almost put you in tears. They're so good. You're listening. It's like you took the needle, dropped it on a Zeppelin record, and you're listening to it through a frickin' PA at a venue. It's that good. So they should exist. There's bands like that should exist that are great. But if you're going to do a tribute to Trickster, you better just go home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, come on. There's a tribute to frickin' everybody now.
Right.
I'm going to do one to Slim Whitman. I only know who he is because of that infomercial that came out when we were kids.
Oh yeah. Right.
I have no idea who he actually is.
Yeah. Hey, let's give him another one.
What do you want to pick something off the Head and Back or
Feeling Whiskey?
Oh, that's a good ballad off the Head. That's the one I want to kind of put on radio next, even. But it's a ballad, but it's great.
Well, let's do it.
That's one of Jeremy Lynn Woodall's writings. You know what I mean? That's an original, and he does everything in the studio. He programs in the drums, he puts the guitars, he puts the piano, he puts the vocals. I come in, put the bass, and help him produce it.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's a true artist. He if he wanted to, he could do it all himself, but he likes my bass playing better than his.
Yeah.
So and I told him, man, your music's great when I met him, so I want to be on your records. And that's kind of how we got started. And we just been playing bars ever since, and we rock. We tore up Arkansas last week. We have a good time. We drive as far as we have to and come back, and he's killer. He's a killer artist. I'm glad to be playing with him.
Well, good.
But yeah, that's one of his writings. It's killer. Go ahead and play.
There you go.
This old life can get you down. You feel afraid of the dark sometime, but it's gonna rain. Plant the seeds
That's yelling and screaming.
Jeremy Lynn Woodall and the Grinders, another great tune. So, you know what?
What?
I think we should,
No more talking to me.
let's just play them another one.
No more talking. I've worn out my welcome with the
No,
speaking.
you have not. Absolutely have not. We're going to play them another one, and then we'll go to some chat. Hey, how about She Believes?
Oh, that's another cool one.
Yeah.
That's an original tune of ours.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to say about it?
No, I mean it's different. It's a little different than the ones we normally do, but it's just some of the songs we do are southern rock. Some of them are traditionalish country. Some of them are like this. Now go ahead and play it. I mean,
Okay.
there's already a variety of the two you play. This is another. So. Again.
Never was a religious man, was always testing my faith. 18 years standing on the road with a view I just couldn't replace. I used to think I knew everything, a young bull-headed man. Disappeared into a cold world that I didn't understand. 'Cause she believes so much more than a miracle. She believes in everything. What she sees in me, I just don't know. She's got a hand that's easy to hold. She's like a ray of warm sunshine. Now I thank the Lord that she's all mine. Wipes away the teardrops from my eyes. All I need is her here tonight. Sometimes it's more than I can take. Behind those eyes, behind the face. 'Cause she believes so much more than a miracle. She believes in everything. She believes so much more than a miracle. She believes in everything. She believes so much more than a miracle. She believes in everything.
Another Jeremy Lynn Woodall and the Grinders. We're so happy to have Stephen G in the studio.
Yeah, been playing bass in the Dallas area since the
Yeah, just a babe.
it was like 1917 when I started. I think it was.
1917.
It was a long time ago. I mean, I joined band, like I said, it was the 80s when I joined. Right out of high school, I was the kid in the band, and I started playing. And yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've done
right.
everything in that. We did 10 music videos when I was in New York,
Wow.
and they're cool.
I love
If
music
there was still
videos.
MTV, that first one we put out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we did one in 2016.
I've been in a couple music videos.
Yeah, but the one we if there had still been MTV when we put that thing out, it would have gone. It would have gone.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what? I may take some of Steven's time here and tell you that I may bring one of my music videos if I can find it that I was in.
Do it.
Yeah, next week I think I'll show it on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Those
bunch.
are a blast, Steven. I love music videos.
Yeah, it was a lot of work when we filmed those. I mean, we have to do the song 30 times, and
Yeah.
you know, because to get the band shots and then the
Right.
individual shots, and there's 5 cameras around me while I'm playing the song 3 times because they want to get cool shots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure they do.
And we did some killer videos, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, and as soon as we asked AGI, can we open for Tesla, they looked at our stuff and go, yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes, you can.
Tesla,
You know what I mean?
what a band.
It didn't take any. And Donnie's still opening for them, but I just got sick and tired of
Oh.
the way you just lose.
Yeah.
You're just losing. You just pay them. And Tesla loves us because they liked listening to us as opposed to some of the opening acts, and they need the money.
Right.
I mean, because they're no one sells records, and the 2 opening acts combined will give them that's $3,000 a night they're getting off the opening acts.
Right.
Because you got to pay to do it.
Right.
And they need money for their buses. You know what I'm saying? So that's how rock works. So I just finally said no more.
Yeah.
It didn't matter that we were good. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, you're in a good thing now, man.
Yeah. I mean, Jeremy's he's the real deal.
What else you guys got going on?
I'm just booking us goofy. We have a little bit of help from Seventh Planet booking, and I think our next show is in Malone on Saturday, Malone, Texas. It's Whiskey River.
Oh, fun.
I don't know we have our bands in town, and our Facebook, Jeremy Lynn Woodall on the Grinders Facebook page has all the events. I update them as soon as I book the shows. I update both so I don't forget.
Awesome.
Otherwise, I would just double book the crap out of us.
Right.
Because I don't remember which. You know what I mean? We have shows that I've booked through August, pretty solid, and then
Awesome.
there's already a couple of shows, in the fall.
Awesome.
And there's no way to remember that, obviously. So
Right.
I have to put them there. It's more for me than it is everybody else. I mean, everybody else, that's where you can find us and find where we're playing. But it's for me as the keeping up with it booking.
Your schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, for crying out loud. Yeah. So I have, right now we have 30 or 40 shows in front of us and
Right.
appearances and plus the radio tour we're about to do because of the single I just released, for us.
Right.
I mean, I contacted the radio promotion company and blah, blah, blah. It's a big process. The business is, well, once you learn about it, it's like, this is not what I envisioned when I had a poster of Judas Priest on my wall when I was a kid. I just thought I was going to get to play my bass and rock out and swing my hair around, and that was going to be it, and I was going to be rich and famous, and that's how it works.
Right. Oh, of course.
You think, you don't know what you're in for
Yeah.
until you're in it.
Have no idea of how little money you're going to make.
Oh my God! Now it's how successful can you afford to be
Right.
in rock? Anyway,
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm doing country rock.
Right. Hey, if somebody wants to book you,
They contact me on Facebook,
Okay.
and then I contact them, or what? And also my Stephen G. Knight at Gmail,
okay.
and our website. It'll go to Seventh Planet. It'll we have the link on our website, which is jlwmusic.net.
Okay.
When it says on there book a show, that will go to our Seventh Planet. That'll go to Kelly Pierce and Shay Berry at Seventh Planet. They've helped me get into like 4 or 5 different venues that you need an agency to get into.
Awesome.
Like the Whiskey River in San Angelo, you can't get in there. And we went in there and played. And this is what happened. We went in there, and they're used to having a 5 or 6 piece country band. And we're a 3-piece. You know what I'm saying? We're a power trio. They're not.
Right.
So they take Kelly into the office before we start playing and yell at her because we're not 5 guys. We're not. There's no fiddle. There's no steel guitar.
Right.
I'm bass guitar. There's Jeremy on guitar and vocals and a drummer.
Right.
And they didn't know what they were in for. So she goes, just watch them and let me know what you think after the first set, because we had 3 sets. So 3rd or 4th song in, everybody's clapping between the songs. Kelly comes up and smiles at us. And then after that set, she goes, all right, we'll be back here in 2 months. And so after we did that show, the owner came up to me and says, yeah, man, we need you back here every 2 months for the rest of the year.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And that's
Nice.
so, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I looked at Jeremy and I said, dude, nobody ever walked up to Stevie Ray and says, man, you need a fiddle player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
they don't know what they're in for when they see Jeremy. He's like the country version of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's good.
Right.
He's real good. And he's got me, and we played with Brian Connor. He's a drummer out of Killeen, and he's one of the top Texas drummers, you know, as far as that kind of music, where you just come in and nail it.
Right.
He's great. So, I mean, when we have him, especially, we kill with him. You know, without no fiddle. We don't need a fiddle. We don't need another guitar player. We don't need a steel guitar player. We don't need any of that nonsense. Because there's already 10 million Texas country bands that do that. There's already too many. You know what I mean? We don't need to be the next Roger Krieger. That's not what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's prove it and play on one more.
Which one you got? You want to do a Southern Rock one? Do the Bottle or Southland if you got Southland on
I
there.
want to play "Taking Her Drunk Ass."
Oh, that's a funny one.
Because this is our last song, and that's my choice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm playing it. Here we go.
There you go.
Jeremy Lynn Woodall and the Grinders.
It's a long way from our house to the place we like to go. Let our long hair down and cut it loose. You know I love my girl just the way she is. You know I like the way we kick them boots. But she likes to fight on those honky-tonk nights, and there just ain't no talking to the girl. But she's alright, I'll just say goodnight. Try to make it home before she hurls. I'm taking her drunk ass home. Honey, get down off that chair and put your clothes back on. I love my girl, but I think there's something wrong. I'm taking her drunk ass home. Some people are strange, some things never change, and I'll pick me a good one this time. She's unorthodox, she's sly like a fox, and a little bit out of her mind. Yeah, everyone knows when things come to blows, you better find somewhere to hide. She's madder than hell, and man, I can tell I'm in for a hell of a ride. I'm taking her drunk ass home. Honey, get down off that chair and put your clothes back on. I love my girl, but I think there's something wrong. I'm taking her drunk ass home. I'm taking her drunk ass home. Honey, get down off that chair and put your clothes back on. I love my girl, but I think there's something wrong. I'm taking her drunk ass home. I'm taking her drunk ass home. Honey, get down off that chair and put your clothes back on. I love my girl, but I think there's something wrong. I'm taking her drunk ass home. I love my girl, but I think there's something wrong. I'm taking her drunk ass home.
They're not $8, they're $100.
Jeremy Lynn Woodall and the Grinders. Want to thank you so much for being here, bro.
I'm already done. I'm already finished.
It's time. It's done.
You didn't.
It's over.
It seems I thought I was going to be talking forever and be,
I know.
tell stories about, you know, like when I was born and stuff.
I know.
And-
Come back for our 2-hour show. It's on Tuesdays.
It's already over, really? I thought this was
Let us know
7:30
when
to
you're
9
here.
Well, I thought this was 7 to 9:30.
7:30 to 8:25ish.
Well, that means we're off. We're talking
We're
another
done
one now.
Bob, thanks.
Yeah, boy.
Billy, Steph, we thank you guys for being here. And we're done. VocalNow.com is about everything vocal. Download the app, Vocal Now, from your app store, or go to now.com. Check out Barside Jive and Barside Jive Live. BarsideJive.com is the window to everything about Barside Jive and me. My show today has also been brought to you by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recyclable organic candle line and their natural body care products. It's no wonder that eco-supporting people love Hip and Hippie, hipandhippie.com. Also want to thank Adonis for being our photographer today. Adonis can be found at palmbombmedia.com. Palmbomb.com. Man, will I ever get that right? You want to show me your tie? Well, hurry up. Hurry up. Pop in here. Show me your tie. Adonis and the tie. Here's the tie. He always wears cool-ass ties. I want to thank Jay behind the curtain. He's like the dude in the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain that keeps things on track. A final thank you to Outlaw Cider Company in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas. We'll be there tomorrow for our 4:30 show with singer-songwriter Summer Lynn Emerson. Remember, downtown Grapevine, 4:30 tomorrow, Outlaw Cider. And Outlaw Cider can be found at outlawcider.com. Stay right here, because coming up next after me is Why Wouldn't We Radio with Jeremy, Ike, and Ashley. My parting thought, be an encourager. The world has plenty of critics already. So, guys, we are going to be out of here, I think.
Are you doing the next show? Who does the next
There we go. Thanks again for being our audience tonight. Be kind to one another. Keep it real and keep on rocking. See you next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. sharp. Right, Steph? Sharp.
Adios.
And if you're late, you got a low crawl.
I was afraid she was getting tangled up in the wires.
Me too.
I mean, that's what I was looking at.
I was just hoping she didn't drag those cameras
I
down
was like,
on top
she's going
of
to
her.
pull down all the wires. I can't believe you didn't. I was shocked when you didn't. I was like, oh, God.
It's over.
Because you went in high speed.
I don't like Atari.
Let's get a few photos.
Typically